Today, children, I have a story for you that is a lot scarier than how funny I'm gonna make it.
Bang bang, bang bang, bang bang.
Okay, so I looked in my book of great ideas. I don't know where I put the idea. Came across a story that I'd love to tell because the ratcheticity and the foolishness and the ignorance of myself and the people involved is actually laughable. Beginning of the school year, actually, rewind. Before I even got to my freshman year of college, plenty of people, we followed each other if we knew we were going to go there. Like, you're going to be in the city. I'm going to school with you, so I'm going to follow you. There was one guy that followed me on Instagram. Didn't know him. He did not have, say he went to school at my school. He didn't have that up there. But I saw that he made music, and I make music, or I try to make music. I'm sorry. I don't know why. I don't know if I succeed enough to say that I make it, but I do. It's passion. I was like, hey, I love meeting other people that are just as interested in making music as I am making music. So I was like, what's good? We actually started inboxing, Insta DMing. Sorry, I don't have many people hitting up my DMs. And it was literally only ever about music. We only ever talked about music. They'd be like, did you hear my song? And I'd be like, yeah, did you hear my song? We'd be like, oh yeah. Give each other our critique. And then we move on. Then we went to texting, and he was like, oh, you're going to be in... We should hang out sometime. I'm just like, cool, because I love to make new friends, I always give people a chance. I don't see a reason why this guy should not indeed be given a chance to be a part of my circle of animated characters that I love to call my friend. Sometime around homecoming, near it, before it, after it, I'm not too sure, he was like, we should chill, and I'm like, yeah, cool, whatever. I just remembered something really, really terrible about the rest of this story. That was a whole other subject, but we're gonna get to that later. He doesn't know how to get to the school. So at this point, I'm like, I never knew that you were not a student here. And that should have been red flag number one. So by the time I ended up giving him directions on the phone, which, by the way, disclaimer to everybody out there, when you first talk to someone on the phone, don't let their voice fool you. Because on the phone, he sounds like some perfect angel that should never and would never, ever want to do anybody any harm in any way. But no. So me and my roommate walked to where he had his car parked, which was inconveniently across the street from my school. He goes, you guys want to hop in? I'll drive you back to your dorm room. We're like, yeah, for sure. Okay. I took all the safety precautions here. I did not walk alone. I am with someone who is very, very, we're both alert. I have mace. She has mace. I'm ready to fight. She's ready to fight. So we can do it. Get back to my dorm room. All three of us are in there, okay? Rewind. We get to the front desk that you have to check in all of your guests. It's a Saturday night, so guests ain't gotta leave till 2. If it's somebody that does not go to your school, they have to show some other form of photo ID. He tells our police officer, security guard, whatever, that his name is John Johnson. That wasn't his name at all. I'm going to say that his name is Chandler, because I actually always liked the name Chandler. But that means that people are still deceiving. People are very deceiving. So you know what? Chandler is now a name I like that is deceiving. Never trust anybody named Chandler. I looked at him and I was like, That's not your name. Now I don't know how he got past the security guard because you had to show that ID. But whatever. You know what Netflix and chill means, right, people? It was never actually confirmed that that was what this was, but it was to me, and not in the way that we use it today. It was literally going to be, I am sitting here, I am playing this movie, we're watching this movie, and you're getting out. Because you remember that thing that I was talking about from before?
I just remember something really, really terrible about the rest of the story. That was a whole other subject. But we're going to get to that later.
I was in a relationship during this whole thing. I really, really innocently, ignorantly thought that this was a hangout between two friends who both loved, you know, making music and all of the aspects of it and the art that has to do with it and not anything else. So I didn't feel the need to, you know, let him know because he was never pursuing me in that type of way. Boys are always pursuing you in that type of way. Put on some scary movie, and I can't remember the title, who was in it, how it started off, or any of the scenes because the entire time it was awkward, tense, and creepy. My roommate is sitting right across from us, okay? 5 minutes into the movie, he pulls me into his lap. That should have been like red flag number 55,622, but who's counting? Apparently not me. I'm like, okay, I suppose I like cuddling, you know, who doesn't? You know, he's, you know, holding my hand, you know, rubbing my leg. And I'm just like, okay, this is getting into some very dangerous territory. It's like midnight. I'm with a guy that is not the guy that I'm dating. At the time, of course, I am completely single now, peeps. I guess nobody would probably want to date me, though, because apparently I don't know how to keep these people that are interested in me in line when I'm in a relationship. I try my best. My roommate ends up leaving to go upstairs to talk to our friend who is still up. I thought we had roommate telepathy, and in my mind, I was telling her not to leave me alone with him because something was off. She still left. She was back within 2 minutes, but those 2 minutes felt like 2 hours because... Damn, what did he do? Okay, I'm just gonna tell you everything that happened so this video does not run long. He was creepily running his necklace, which was very pointed, along my collarbone. And every time I would look at him, he would look at me and continue to do that and then look back at the movie. So at this point, I have established in my mind that he is indeed kind of a creep. What am I gonna do? Kick him out? The roommate comes back in. She's just there to be there, but she was about to fall asleep. She never fell asleep, thank goodness. But she was not looking at us. So he has the nerve to do that cute thing that boys usually do where they turn your head right before they're supposed to kiss you, but it wasn't cute because he's already creepy, and he kissed me. He has grills, and it tasted like a Black and Mild and ice mixed together, which it probably would have been way better if I was like actually interested in him, but I was not. So when the movie goes off, I'm like, you gotta go. Tries to grab my laptop to search for another one, and I legitimately shut everything down at that point. I'm glad that 2 o'clock was approaching, so you literally had to leave, but you're out of here. I make sure that he gets all the way to his car. Didn't walk him there. Made sure I had my mace with me definitely that time. And then I was kind of paranoid because I thought that he may have been stalking me at one point. He never was. I'm just a paranoid person because who shows up to someone's place of residence and decides I'm going to lie about my name, where I'm from, who I'm with. But it was a complete mess, guys, and I don't know if this is actually funny or not to anybody, but my main point for this whole story is make sure you know who you're talking to. Your intuition is never wrong. And at first, mine really just swerved into a lane of complete obliviousness. But once I got the first red flag to begin with, I should have just known. But I did not.
Hello, goodbye. Hello, goodbye. Hello, goodbye. Hello, goodbye.